coworker come up to me. He's like, well, what's going on with your skin? And as I was trying to find the words to explain it, he stops me and he says, you're a really pretty girl, but your skin is ugly. And I just remember feeling so hurt and so embarrassed. My name is Alisha Bridges, and I have lived with severe plaque psoriasis for almost 3 decades now. So when I was young, prior to even knowing that I had psoriasis, I had really ashy, flaky knees and elbows. But we just thought that those areas needed extra moisturizing. It wasn't until I got chickenpox and my grandmother noticed that the scars that you typically get with chickenpox were not healing correctly. So she took me to the doctor who surveyed my skin and determined that I had severe plaque psoriasis. And at that time, I was about 90% covered. So it's definitely been a very challenging journey. We have beauty standards, and one of those is flawless skin. So I dealt internally with low self-esteem. There were moments where I felt ugly and unattractive. I didn't play sports because I did not want to have to wear the uniforms. It impedes on sometimes social events. Like I remember in middle school and high school, kids having pool parties or summer parties, and I never wanted to go due to the shame of dealing with my condition and the fear of what others would think of me. Well, I started medication for this condition at 7 years old. It started off with topicals, which were typically steroid creams or moisturizing creams, in addition to the light therapy. And it did absolutely nothing for my skin. It made no changes. So to be honest, at that time, I had given up hope. I was just like, you know what? I'm going to be covered 90% for the rest of my life. I might as well just get used to it. So then about 3 to 4 years later, I was at a national psoriasis event here in Atlanta, and I met a local doctor, Jamie Wiseman. And ever since then, I have found effective treatments. I have been on 4 different biologics. I had this assumption that when my psoriasis cleared, I would no longer have to deal with self-esteem issues. I'm like, I'm gonna be this confident girl who can just do whatever she wants with no regrets and no fears. But then when the psoriasis went away, I was still dealing with those type of challenges. I was still not feeling good enough. So what it really taught me is that I've had to learn how to love myself no matter the circumstances. And that's also the message that I want to give to others, regardless if you're 90% covered or not covered at all. And really what's important is who you are at your core, despite the outer appearance. If I had the opportunity to talk to my younger self, I would say it gets better. Life gets better. And so I would definitely tell my younger self that there is light at the end of the tunnel, and not to stress herself out so much.